The next 9 minutes rather, of the challenge. Referee is calling back Stephen Moylan. It was that challenge maybe on the goalkeeper, dragging him down as he was coming out, and that's a yellow card for the Cork number 26. Free to Waterford at the end of all of that. Stephen O'Keefe taking it, targeting Cork Mahoney. Out came O'Halpine, gets it back down into the Waterford half of the field again. Noel Connors going across, steady as you like, trying to go by two players, out as far as Malumpi, blocked there. Moylan not quite sure where that one was going to end up, nor was anybody else. And again the pile-up, and the referee will have to end it by throwing the ball in. Well, it's very much looking like Waterford, but can they hold out with another 8 minutes still to go? A lead of 18 points to 1 goal and 13. That's rolled up by Philip Mahoney. Little hand pass forward here as far as Seamus Prendergast. Kevin Moran now using that experience, using that intelligence, in as far as Owen McGrath. He let it drop, and the block was on the clearance by Shane O'Neill, and it's a puck out for Cork. And there, just in that,
well, that could be a huge incident in this game. You know, he'd made a great run in behind. In fairness to Shane O'Neill, I think he would have covered him maybe for the goal, but he should have really just caught that ball and at least tapped it over the bar. But Shane O'Neill was covering back goal side of him.
It remains just a 2-point game. Waterford had a great chance there. Park Cronin here, and he's knocked it from a big distance to the right, and he's put it wide, and another waste of possession by Cork.
Yeah, it's a very strange game. Jared, Waterford or Cork are playing very poorly, but they're only 2 points behind, and there's still 7 minutes to go, so they've lots of time. You'd normally expect Park Cronin just to tap that over the bar, but you know, they've made an awful lot of changes. I don't know, there doesn't seem to be any fluency to their play, any pattern, yet they're only 2 points down.
Cork with 7 wides. They have it again. Lorcan McLaughlin in midfield. Big one down. Lawler comes out, does well, missed by Michael Brick once. Regained here by Luke O'Farrell. O'Farrell again going through, and this time hauled down, and the referee says free in, and a chance for Cork now to put just one between the teams.
You know, Cork are the younger team. They haven't, as I say, played well, but they are young. They have plenty of taste. They brought on a number of subs there now that can cause, you know, Cathal Naughton and Stephen Moylan fresh legs up front, and you know, only a point in it now after this free. There will be a great deal of anxiety and nervousness among the Waterford followers here. There were 3 ahead. They were looking much the better team, but right now Patrick Horgan has got a 5th point from a free, and the 24-year-old captain, in the absence of Donald O'Cusack, has put his team within 1 point of the leaders Waterford. 18 points to 114. As you can see, we're in the 65th minute. Stephen O'Keefe's puck out. Waterford hoping to win this. Cork get it back. It's Darren Sweetnam once again. The young man who did his leaving cert this year, taking off, dishing it off as far as Luke O'Farrell. Angle tricky, making a better one for himself. He's confident, he's composed, and he's put it over. And the teams are level for the 8th time. 5 minutes to go. Yeah, great run there by Darren Sweetnam. We mentioned the subs coming on. Luke O'Farrell probably hadn't made the run with him, but he still managed to catch the ball. He should have been on his shoulder more, and he tapped it over the bar. Lovely score, and he's been very, very good. That's just his first score, but he's looked great all day. Very dangerous.
Now who's your money on? Waterford looking to win this one, and they do, and it's Malumpi, former team captain, out here as far as Cork Mahoney, pursued there by Cathal Naughton, all the way back as far as Tony Brown. 65 metres from the target, and again Owen McGrath was going in towards it, but stumbled, lost his footing, and it's a puck out to Cork. That opportunity he had, that second, when he just couldn't quite catch the ball, if there were a goal on there,
well,
could have turned the match.
It was a huge moment, yeah, but Cork now back level, win behind them, you know, and they have a little bit of momentum now.
Noel Connors has it. Out as far as Malumpi, he's driving everything forward. Across came Tom Kenny, didn't get to it. Seamus Prendergast does for Waterford, middle of the park. Little block in it there by John Gardner, just enough to take the heat out of it. O'Halpine, forward here as far as Park Cronin. Into the unmarked Patrick Horgan. Horgan with a tight angle confronting him, hits it high. Umpires have a think about it, and they raise the white flag, and Cork are leading the match. Patrick Horgan's got a sixth, and the Glen Rovers man has made it 116-18. That's Cork by a point.
Yeah, Pat Cronin down, and Pat Horgan did what all good for it. He hit it so high, I don't think there was any way of calling where it was, and over the bar, and Cork now take the lead and finish them strongly.
And the substitutes they have brought from the bench are making a much bigger difference to this game than Waterford's subs have made. That one is hit in by Nocton, and it's over the bar, and he's got a second point, and are now Cork the ones heading towards the All-Ireland semi-final, something which seemed unlikely about 10 minutes ago. They lead by 2. From the puck out, it's taken once again here by Tom Kenny, pursued there by Owen McGrath. Lost, regained here by Michael Brick Walsh. 2 players for Waterford going for it. Milan was one of them. The other there couldn't get to it because John Gardner got there ahead of Kevin Moran. And it's driven to the middle of the field, and Philip Mahoney cleverly plays it as far as Michael Brick Walsh. Well brought down by Stephen Moylan. Once again it is Michael Brick Walsh, and there is intensity there that wasn't there at the beginning of this match, but it's finishing in a wonderful sense of excitement here.
Yeah, great block down there by Stephen Moylan, travelled maybe 40 yards and blocked Brick Walsh, and I think probably lucky enough to win the free in. But you know, this is what you know, we were predicting, that Cork would have those extra legs to bring off the bench and the more options. Shane Walsh got injured, you know, that no one to bring in. I thought maybe Owen Kelly, maybe at that stage for his experience, maybe should have been given maybe 5 minutes, but you know, they seem to have run out of pace. They did a little bit too against Tipperary in the Munster final.
Only 2 subs introduced.
Only 2 subs, and now they're really scoring subs, you know, or threats.
Maurice Shanahan hits this, Michael. It's a good one, as you say, and it's gone over, and we're back to a 1-point difference again. It's 117. That's 20 points to Waterford's 19, and there are now, what, 2 minutes left, plus additional time. The referee had a word with his linesman, James McGraw. We'll see the board in just a moment. Waterford are about to bring in another sub. They're about to bring in Richie Foley, number 17. He's not on yet. Who wins the next one? It's Pat Cronin who won it, and then lost it. And it's taken up here by Cork's number 9, Pat Cronin, once again, slipping it back there. O'Halpine has it blocked, gets it back again. How he'd love to score here on his comeback to the championship, on his first start in the championship for 2 years. Sean O'Halpine puts it over the bar. He got his first ever point in championship hurling against Waterford some years ago, and he's got the latest here now, and there are 2 between them, and Richie Foley's come on. That's number 17.
Yeah, that was a great, first of all, a great block down by Pádraig Mahoney, and back to Sean Hogan. You could see the determination there, and I think the biggest roar of the day when that one sailed over the bar. Great score from Sean Hogan.
Tony Brown's gone off for Richie Foley to come on. Cork have it again, and once again it's Paulie O'Sullivan, stopped by Stephen Daniels, comes back out here as far as Michael Brick Walsh, spoons it outside here as far as Richie Foley, his first touch since coming on a few moments ago. Now it's up to the Waterford forwards to get possession. They can still do some damage here. Here's an opportunity, and it's gone wide. A horrible miss by Shane Casey. Oh dear. I'm sure the Waterford fans were thinking, if this hits the back of the net, we're ahead by a point with time almost up of the 70. There's got to be 2 minutes of added time played.
He had options left and right just to lay off a little hand pass. There was 2 men free on both his right and left hand side. Little hand pass, goal was on, and wrong option completely.
Waterford unlucky, Cork got lucky, but there's still 2 minutes to be played, and we're almost into that stoppage time at this stage. Michael Brick Walsh comes out with it. They can still rescue this game, Waterford. Cork want to deny them. And another one of the subs, Lochlan McLaughlin, making a grand stand there, right in the middle of the park, refusing to yield to Waterford pressure. And 15 seconds into stoppage.
Resolved, they didn't play well for a long time, but when the game mattered in the last 10 minutes, they got a grip, and looks like they've done enough now.
As Patrick Horgan, the captain, strikes it from the middle of the park and puts it over for his 7th point of the match. There are 3 between them. It's Cork's to lose. Only a minute still to go. Waterford now chasing this one. Noel Connors from the puck out, trying to get it forward. It's gone out over the sideline. It's a line ball to final here, which you can get at 4 o'clock. Kilkenny against Limerick, Dara Maloney and Tomas Mulcahy ready to bring you that. Darren Sweetnam. 3 between them. Out it comes to Michael Brick Walsh. 30 seconds to go. They need to get it down the field. Richie Foley, huge one. Just to midfield, however. Kevin Moran. Quick look up. They need a goal here. There are two players on the ground, and that's just gone out over the end line, off the stick of Owen McGrath, but via defender, and it's gone for a 65. They'll protest about it.
Well, I think they're protesting. John Milan was pulled straight onto the ground there by Brian Murphy when the ball was being played in. He just got his two arms around him, and Milan has gone into the umpire saying, why didn't he call the foul?
Let's have a look at this again here and where it happened.
Just there on our screen, you can see them hitting the deck there, and
that's just outside, isn't it? Just outside the square.
But they're saying it should have been a free at least, or have a shot at it. And we saw a couple of years ago here when Tony Brown came up and scored a late goal from a free. It rebounded out from a free, but they're not going to get it here today.
Well, they're going to lob it in, and Richie Foley, the 2 minutes, the 2.5 minutes of time has now been played. Goal between them. It's got to be here for Waterford. It strikes the post, comes down, and it's away by Nocton. And Cork get a let off, and they await the whistle. It still hasn't come. There's still a few seconds left. Intense pressure by Waterford. That's got to be left there for Richie Foley to hit again. It's got to go in if Waterford are to stay in the championship. Otherwise it's Cork for the semi-finals. That's deflected away. There's the whistle, and Cork have beaten Waterford, and they have qualified for the All-Ireland hurling semi-final under manager Jimmy Barry Murphy and his team. John Milan cursing his luck. They might have had a late free there from which they might have done something. They had other opportunities. There were times when they dominated this match, but Cork used their bench well. Jimmy Barry Murphy made the right substitutions, and they had power in many parts of the field, and in the end there was a goal between the teams.
Yeah, Gerard, you know, really the story of the game to me, Waterford had the better individual players, they had better leaders, but they didn't have the strength and depth. And you know, I've said that during the week, that you know, they had 11 or 12 very good players, a few weaknesses, and then nobody really to bring in off the bench. Whereas Cork have an abundance of talent, a lot of lads not going that well, a lot of things not going right for them on the day. It's getting it very hard to get good first time ball into their full forward line, but at the end of the day they were able to bring on Darren Sweeten, made a big impact in the middle of the field. John Gardner solidified things at the back, and Cathal Nocton scored a couple of points from play. So you know, Cork's, in the modern game, the bench is very important. So a good win for Cork, not playing great, and you know, Waterford again a very spirited display.
A goal between the teams at the end, and that all-important goal was scored after 16 minutes by Jamie Colin, and it's finished at Semple Stadium here in Thurles. Cork 119, Waterford 19 points.
In the commentary box for our first game today were Ger Canning and Michael Dignan, and down under the stand right now is the Cork manager Jimmy Barry Murphy. He's talking to Gary McDonough.
Jimmy, heart and mouth stuff?
Yeah, it was a good win in the end. I didn't think we played particularly well, and we made heavy work for the times, but you know, I thought we showed a bit of character, at least coming back in the last 10 minutes when we looked to be in big trouble, and got some great points to edge us ahead. But as I said, I didn't think we played particularly well today.
I mean, after 59 minutes you were 3 points down, but then you brought on some fresh legs and really changed things. Yeah, certainly. The impetus of new subs coming in certainly seemed to help us, and you know, I think Waterford had a bit between their teeth at that stage, but I think we just managed to have the win with us, which was a big help in the end, I think. Games like this really bring a team on, and it's a semi-final now. Well, we're delighted to be there. I don't think our display today would trouble Galway, to be perfectly honest with you, but we'll improve, I hope, for the win, and as you say, any win certainly brings you a team on, I think, and the manner of the victory was what most pleased me. OK, Jamie, thanks a million. Congratulations. Thanks. Yeah, victorious over for a long time, Ger.
It sure has, yeah, but I suppose in the long history of great games between these teams, this one ranked very high among them. But now, for a long time in the second half, it looked more like a league match because the intensity was very, very low, the hurling was very, very poor and scrappy. But it did end in the last 10 minutes in a welter of excitement. I think the real turning point was when Shane Casey at full forward went off after 56 minutes. He was creating absolute havoc inside in the full forward line. Any ball that went into him, he looked really, really dangerous. And the subs that the Waterford came on were just not up to that standard. Now on the other side, look at the subs that Cork brought on. Darren Sweetman at midfield, he just cleaned up when he came there. You know, they were struggling to win ball before he came there. And Cathal Naughton caused a lot of trouble in the half-forward line. And not alone that, but he cleared the ball off the line in the very last minute as well. So in a very, very tight game, I suppose Cork will be happy that they showed that bit of character to come from 3 points down to win by 2 points by scoring points. You know, so they finished really, really well. So it'll give them a bit of encouragement going to Croke Park, but they'll have to improve an awful lot if they have to make any impression when they get there.
Cork just got that one period in that second half where they were banging over 2 or 3 points together, and that just changed everything.
Yeah, it did, you know. That was in the day, the goal was the difference. They got the goal, we were chasing the game all day long. I think it has to be said about that little bit betterness on the day. You know, they seem to get scores that little bit easier, and they worked hard, and certainly there'll be a match for anybody going forward.
Well, when you're at my stage of a career or my age or whatever, any game time you get is a bonus. Like, and I was surprised to get the call up during the week, but extremely happy that I contributed in some form or fashion.
And Michael Duignan awarded it to Stephen Malumphey of Waterford.
Well, Stephen, in a game that ebbed and flowed, it was Cork who finished the stronger.
They did, you know, we're devastated at the moment. I think we made 3 points up with 8 minutes to go, and obviously, you know, Cork kept plugging away, and we maybe missed 1 or 2 goal chances, and you know, that's the way it ended up.
And right at the death, the ball that came back off the upright.
Yeah, you know, I think we'll be reliving that for the next 12 months. You know, you just keep looking out there. If you're just a metre too close, you could have put it back in, and it would have been levelled in, and who knows what could have happened. But I suppose that's sport.
Well, Stephen, if it's any consolation, you are the Etihad man of the match, and Fiona Lawless will now present you with your award.
Congratulations.